Hey first grade friends, welcome back, and today we are diving into a different kind of writing. We've seen it before. It is narrative writing, or when we're telling a story, but we need to shift our thinking a little bit away from our informative writing. So here's our job today. We're going to imagine that you're a dog, not a kid, playing at a park. You're going to write to tell the story of your adventures at the park. So remember we read the Three Little Pigs, and we know that the Three Little Pigs told by the narrator is different from the Three Little Pigs told by the wolf. So we want to play around a little bit with writing from a different perspective. So you need to pretend that you are a dog. And we talked a little bit about things that dogs might do. They might sniff around, they might run either by themselves or maybe with a friend. They like to lick. They love to go play fetch, so maybe the owner will be throwing a stick or a ball and you as the dog want to go and fetch it. So you're going to think about what you want your dog to do, or you as the dog to do while you're at the park, and then we're going to start planning. So I'm going to use my planning page, and you guys can either do this on a sheet of paper or you can do it inside of the Nearpod. And we're going to do a quick sketch of the characters that we want in our story, the setting or when and where our story takes place, as well as the beginning, middle, and end, or what happens in our story. Well, for characters, you all are pretending that you are a dog. So every single friend is going to have some kind of dog as one of their characters. And so I'm going to sketch a quick dog, its head, its ears, body, 4 legs, tail, and we can give it a face. Every friend is going to have a dog as one of their characters. You might have other characters that are dogs. You might have people. I'm going to have a person, and the person's going to be the dog's owner. You'll see why in a second. You'll see what I want him to do. And here's my dog's owner. And I could label it if I want to. Dog. Everyone has to have a dog because you're writing from the perspective of a dog, imagining you're a dog. And here is the dog's owner or his friend. Okay? Everybody's setting is going to be the same. The prompt says that you have to imagine you are a dog, not a kid, playing at a park. So where is our story going to take place, friends? At the park. So I'm just going to go ahead and draw myself some grass. There's usually lots of grass at the park. And maybe I want to draw a tree to show the park is outside. And usually at the park, we've got maybe like a swing set or a jungle gym, just to show we're at the park. Here's my swings. And we can label it park. So I know I'm going to have myself as the dog and my owner, and we're going to be at the park. Now I need to think about what I want to happen in the beginning, middle, and end. And I don't want to overcomplicate this. I don't want to have too many events because it'll be too tricky to write. So I'm going to keep this simple. And one of the things that I know dogs like to do is play in water. So in the beginning of my story, I'm going to have my dog or myself find a puddle. In the middle, I'm going to jump and splash in the puddle. And at the end, I'm going to run back to my owner and shake my body and get him all wet with the water. So here's my puddle. A quick sketch. This doesn't need to be perfect. And here I am, because I'm a dog, remember? And I'm running towards the puddle. I can label it puddle to remind myself, oh, right, I found a puddle. But in the middle, I didn't just see the puddle and say, oh, cool, there's a puddle. I'm going to jump inside of it. So let's make our puddle. And I'm going to jump in it. And I'm having a great time playing in that water. Here I am. And finally, at the end, I'm going to run back to my owner and shake my body. And you know how when dogs shake their bodies, all the water goes everywhere? I'm also going to show some splashing. Here's the splashing water. Splash. Okay. So now I'm going to run back to my owner because I'm all soaking wet. Notice how quickly I'm doing these sketches. It doesn't have to be anything fancy, friends. I'm dripping wet. And here's my owner, excited to see me until, look at my face, I'm surprised, the owner's surprised. Ah! I'm gonna shake my body and all the water is gonna get all over my owner. Shake, maybe I'll make some lines, show I'm shaking. Shake. Okay. So I've just planned out my story. Our characters are going to be myself as the dog and the owner. We're going to be at the park, that's our setting. In the beginning of my story, I run up to a puddle. In the middle, I jump in the puddle and splash all the water. And at the end, I run back up to my owner and shake my body and get him all soaking wet. So friends, you can plan your narrative inside of the Nearpod, or you can just grab a plain sheet of paper like this and just start sketching your character's setting, beginning, middle, and end, so that way tomorrow you're ready to start transferring or picking up these pictures and plopping them into your narrative.